This is the story of my high school career and how I've come to now as a future best NFL QB. Most people would never recall me as one of the biggest players in high school football, mainly of my high school season, but it only depends here today. But what comes here today is the high school season, and here tonight. With my football season just right around the corner, I should say, is ready to end a good career, to get a good season in our sophomore year. From high school, I didn't know what I was thinking. Mainly whenever I'm playing high school football, I wouldn't call myself one of the biggest players in high school. And whenever they show my confidence, the confidence can show me who they really want to be, and maybe a good season. Although I never be named the starting QB, I worked very hard at high school football, no matter how well I could play. With my confidence I had in high school, there was one big problem. I wouldn't be the starting spot of high school football. They would call me the backup quarterback. But I was fine being the backup. The backup QB won't matter more. And whenever I get the chance to play, I always go to my locker. But most of the players in my team wouldn't even give me at least one chance to get a new locker. I tried it once, and they didn't let me. They wouldn't even let me. And then encountered my friend, my new one that I would have in the future. So I walked up to him. And then this man would get me some questions of what it would be like. I asked some random questions about it, and he gave me random options, but I was fine with it. At the end of the day, all it matters until the game happened. Just not long after what I got questioned for. It all matters from what happens. And whenever I get the chance, we were down by a lot. We didn't know what was going on. Our starting QB was having problems. But whenever we looked at it, it was our QB having problems. And him standing up for himself wouldn't help. Told him how much he can't prove, how he can't agile himself, and then getting a lot of problems. Getting a lot of problems with health problems. I know that didn't make sense to all of you guys. But with this storyline, this is something different I can't expect. But with this comes a different story. He told me of what's going on. He told me everything and what happened to him. He told me his heart problems and everything. And every time this happened to me, I wouldn't be able to start my high school season strong. Off on a weird start, not a good start of high school football. And whenever you got the opportunity, we always not get a good start. The good start, though, was that we had a solid offense with my friends and my teammates. We'd be known as family. It wasn't until we played our first game in high school football when we played the Southern Bearcats. They were one of the most top-ranked schools. We were on our road to win the game, and we were down at the fourth. With my football career, our starter had to sit out, unfortunately. One of the turn of events of high school football. But with this comes a different story. And as I'm reminding myself, like the weekend, the hills don't matter. And they won't be blinded by the lights. With high school in my belt, we were knowing we were about to play like the Texas Tech Raiders. Even though we should do it for college, as I'm looking to commit to Nebraska in my high school football year as a sophomore, as I'm only a sophomore. And coach told me what happened, and he tells me about a lot of guys. Unfortunately, I couldn't depend on myself. I couldn't think of myself what just happened. And most high school stars are different than how I am. And every time I'll be good at high school, they finally put me as the backup QB, and playing my new high school game. And my first year in high school. And ready to end a good career. And they finally put me as quarterback. When, fortunately, the unthinkable happens of high school football. And with my first game of high school, dominated still in a first down, I got to my teammates, who were looking very impressed. No matter where I'm at, no matter where he's at, all that matters is my guy being a good tight end. Since then of that, being my first time on the Knights, being down 13-0, is something different. And coming to the second drive, didn't know what to happen. All I know is I remember getting that first down spot, since my cousin done that. And then soon remembering that first play I got with my guy. I know that my cousin Darius didn't do this, but I already know I done it. And with all of them, it gets crazy throughout the game. I even remember one play I got from my end zone all the way to my tight end with my own type of Travis Kelce. He was almost going to get down, but fortunately, he made it all the way. And with every snap I got, every good play I had, we were tied at 13 at the clock. At the clock showing 13. At the score of 13. And I was determined to be going pro.